Hello again, everybody. Sebastian here with another Watch Your Rounds video. In this one, we'll continue the discussion that I had with Mo from DragonSlayers regarding Arena. And in this one, we're going to focus on AoE Arena. He's going to help me set up my new offense, defensive team, so I can probably push the content a little bit more and see if one day I can make it to Apex. So this is a continuation from Anti-Air. I will put the card to that video somewhere here, so look for it, and you can go watch that one if you by any chance missed it. But this is then continuing the conversation that we had. Now switching over to AoE Arena. Enjoy. Please do remember to hit like and subscribe if you do appreciate the content. All right, now let's go to the AoE damage, AoE Arena. This is kind of the composition that I'm using right now, and to be honest, it sometimes does work very well, and I'm able to push into Overlord really easy. But in terms of even pushing further, that's when then this gets limited. So if you see on the screen, Mo, I have Pretius with Valkyra, Carnelian, Cerberus, and my Ardea. Now, the way that I kind of set this up is I kind of put Cerberus on the back first. He opens things up for me. And then once I have enough cost, I put in Valkyra, Ardea, Valkyra. And then I kind of protect them with Carnelian to make sure they don't die when those bombs go off. So, given the roster now, what do you think would work well for AoE Arena these days?
You can always use an adder team with Ardea and Valkyrie.
Okay.
Or you go the Chaos way with, you got Garn. You got Saga.
Let me see here. So Chaos. So Sargok is not in my account. No, that's not somebody I can rely on.
Then it's not good, yeah.
I do have.
Then just go with the adder.
I do have an Unawaken gun.
Yeah, but you need something with a long range. Let's try the Elder team.
An Elder team? Okay.
Yeah.
Who am I bringing in for that?
You need Valkyrie, you need Ardea.
Okay. Ardea, okay. So if we were switching things here, it would be like this so far? Okay.
Yeah, then we need a cost generator.
All right.
A Cyrene.
You like Cyrene, okay?
Yeah, I love her. I use her like forever.
All right, so there's Cyrene. Let's take him out. There's Cyrene. And
yeah, but you gotta be careful with Cyrene. You need special stats.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So you don't get run over in the first round.
All right, so we'll take care. We'll take care of that during the gearing.
Yeah. Carnelian, you don't need her there usually. You can exchange her for Dolores.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that all the factions are. Oh, you want me to bring Dolores in? Okay, there's Dolores.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll gear these heroes and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We went and geared our heroes. Like he said, he suggested I bring Elder. I gave him a damage set. He's just going to be in the back, making sure that things don't slip by. And in case something does, he's ready to take it down. So we just give him Infernal Roar set just so we can do some damage. And as you can see, we did make sure that he had enough attack for this example, about 19,000, 470 HP, 318 critical damage. We did pick for him the Talisman of Resolve, given that he will get some extra damage due to his shields. Okay, Ardea was one of the ones that he strongly suggested that I looked onto a build that at least had 28,000 attack. Correct, Mo?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we shot for, and we gave her a little bit of speed, a little bit of critical damage. Now, here is something that I did not appreciate, but because we're not bringing any healers into the battle, he suggested that I put a Lunacy Visor on her. And that is to make sure that she doesn't get killed if something does go wrong, right?
Yeah, it's not guaranteed, but it helps a lot.
Right. Now, tell me, okay, so the Valkyrie build, you were specific about her attack. So, at least for this example, I managed to get her to 17,000, but what's your recommendation?
Yeah, I would go as high as possible. Because of her passive, she stacks attack over time. And yeah, it's clear that the more attack you bring into the battle, the higher you get stacked through the passive.
Right. So, if people are building their hero for Arena, look at their kits, see if their attacks builds up, right? And in this one, you told me you can sacrifice a little bit of critical damage to get her attack boosted, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's kind of the build for her, and we did pick the Infernal Roar set for her. You could also choose Soulbound if you want, because then in the long run, her ultimates will do more damage. But he said that this here will allow us to clear the early waves as early as possible in the beginning with the Infernal Rosa. Now, for this example here, we're picking Iocene because she'll do more AoE damage as she's skilling units, but you can also use Realm Tear if that is one piece that you have already leveled and fully ready to go. Then we have Dolores. Dolores, same setup as before. Invig, as much attack as you can. And again, the Golden Scarab is her artifact. Now, Cyrene is just going to be our cost generator so we can bring people in quickly. And the build that you suggested was Mana Spring, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
It helps you a lot to generate costs very fast.
Okay. And the condition was that we need which stat, and specifically in which threshold did we need to meet?
Yeah, you need attack speed and you need a lot of rage regeneration. Ideally, you look for like over 100% rage regeneration and like 400 to 450 attack speed.
Okay. All right. So that's kind of what we did here with the Mana Spring set, just to make sure that the rage regen activated quickly. Her rage is ready to go, and we gave her enough speed as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and set this up. So this is kind of a little bit different from the one that I had previously set up with Cerberus. So now you're gonna, I'm gonna try to slow things down here at the beginning because I know that this is critical here. So Cyrene is gonna go where?
Bottom line.
Bottom.
Top, bottom. No, on the right, yeah.
Right here?
Facing right, yeah.
Okay.
Now
so
drop her.
All right.
And then, as fast as possible, you drop Ardea on the lane on top.
The lane on top, okay. So here we're just hoping that she gives me the cost, right? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And like that.
And it worked.
Oh, scuffed run.
And now Cyrene against what's her name? Valkyrie.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just call her back. Cyrene, call her back.
Okay, call her back. All right.
Yeah, and then immediately put her. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And now Dolores.
All right. Perfect. So let me ask you there. So when you pull Cyrene back, you get 10 cost back, correct?
Not 10. You get like I think half the cost back.
Half the cost back. Okay.
5.
So
you want to go like at 9 cost, then you got 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I set this up again, that's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to make sure that when I pull Cyrene, I have enough so I can deploy Valkyria as soon as I can. All right.
Exactly.
So they took those two out. All right. Now you just let me know when I activate ultimates and stuff like that.
You can just auto pop them. For now, you can just go on auto.
All right.
But you can, yeah, exactly. Just behind Valkyrie.
Right here. Okay. And let's go like that. So yeah, so this is kind of similar to the Cerberus thing that I had going on. This is just seemed like to be a little bit quicker. Okay.
On the long run, you will see it's pretty strong.
All right. So right now, I'm assuming that Ingrid you just put here in the back, and she's just blasting things away, right?
Yeah.
So when she activates, when she goes into Overload, it's not only the lane that she affects, where her target area is indicated, correct, is it kind of also the tiles around that also get affected.
Yeah, it's like 3 tiles into eternity.
So I can see why she's just so strong for this. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
she's absolutely crazy.
So our DS ultimates pretty much go on auto here. And then sometimes I might, she might die, but sometimes she might actually make it through. Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, there you are too slow with the Dolores activation. That's why Adias
okay.
died.
All right, so let's.
Yeah, you gotta set it up so she doesn't get hit in the later waves.
All right, so let me. This is part of setting things up. So we'll have here, and no, that'll be too late, right?
No, that was okay.
Was it?
But let's
okay.
do it again. Do it again, yeah.
Okay, so
you gotta put Cyrene there really, really fast. Like, yeah, immediately. Perfect.
Okay, so give me the cost, and okay, we got him. All right, so
now
then here,
9.
so now we're at 10. Do I pull her back?
Yeah, and immediately Valkyrie in.
Okay, there we go.
So that's like the base. That's the base you need.
Okay, at 10.
Yeah.
All right, and then here we go.
I mean, if you got problems keeping your Adea alive, you could use someone like Dasomi for Dolores to get some more heal in.
Okay.
It's also a great counter against those Comet teams.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I decided to use this. I think I saw it. I saw it on one of the threads that you were discussing with somebody about setting up Valkyra and Ardea in this manner, just to make sure that the Comet teams didn't really hurt you too much. So yeah. I kind of found a way around it with Cerberus, but I do like this setup a little bit better because it's a little bit quicker. All right, let me see if we can get. Right, so at least there she was protected by the shield, so that's good. Now we're just waiting on Dolores' ult to come in. So Cyrene is pretty much out of the equation here, right?
Yeah, you don't really need her now.
Right, so here comes Ardea's ultimate, and hopefully that's enough. Maybe I need to time Dolores' ultimate a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, so you gotta play around there a little bit.
Okay, let's do
you
that.
You see the damage output, it's insane.
All right, there we go. So that's probably something that I'll do off recording here, is to make sure that I time my Dolores' ultimate with the ultimates of Ardea in Valkyra here. Just so it doesn't look as sketchy as this does right now. Because I did expect the Lunacy Visor. So
yeah, it took me some time to tinker around myself to make it work.
Yeah, that's but I do have the general idea here of what it is that needs to be done. Is so if we wanted to, we could bring somebody in, like you said. What was it? The
Somi. That's pretty good there.
Okay, so I don't have the Somi. I might need to bring somebody else. Would somebody like Fircy work?
Yeah, that would be my second recommendation.
Okay, so we can try Fircy as well. And then I'll set that up. But that's a good. I think that people know the example that we're trying to go for here, in terms of setting up Ardea and Valkyra. Now the what was the question that I was going to? So I know that early gamers, late gamers, if they just want to stay in the plats, if they have Cerberus, you can definitely use them there. There's a couple of unique circumstances where you can use them with Atrax if you wanted to, in terms of setting a defense, offense up. Do you have any other heroes that might come into mind besides these two?
I gotta be honest, I pulled Idea pretty soon after her release, and I
So
didn't look into it further,
yeah,
you know.
but so sometimes Valkyra is very, for some accounts, she shows up very frequently. So if you want to try to set something up similar to what you see here, I don't know if there are any other long range type heroes that can do what Ardea can. Maybe you can do something with Dahlia.
Yeah, I tried Dahlia, but I was a bit disappointed in her damage.
Okay, but I mean, we're talking about Plat 2, Plat 3. I mean, it's not a whole lot of defense in this type of those type of compositions, right? Because the base power is not going to be as high. So maybe something like that they could set up if they wanted to. Yeah, in GBG, she does not do as well as people think, but I mean, her poisons can do some stuff. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you need to have her fully awake and fully skilled to get as much damage as we can out of her. That's and I mean, in terms of any other compositions that I can think of, sometimes I lean, for me in the Forerunners, I lean on the Cultist, and I do have a team set up where I bring in Magda with Dahlia just to get that extra boost. And since I have in that account, I have Demi. That's kind of a good core to form a defense where you can come and just hold things down a little bit and get as much damage as you can in the AoE units, but it's not going to be pushing Overlord in that context. It's something that people can rely on if that's what they want to. So that's kind of this is kind of one of the top arena compositions right now. And until Ingrid comes, then we can start pushing Apex Overlord. Is that what we're thinking, Mo?
Yeah. Adea and Valkyrie, they can't compare to Ingrid. Ingrid is really, really strong for that arena.
But that'll do it for part 2 of my revamp of arena teams here with Mo. I do want to thank him again for joining me and going through, working, looking at the roster, helping me set up these new teams. He is very knowledgeable. And again, I invite you all, come on over to the DragonSlayers community Discord, invite code DragonSlayer. There is an arena thread there. Tag Mo with your questions, especially if you are pushing Overlord and Apex. He does, for some reason, he does enjoy this content and likes to push on. So I will leave you all there. Keep an eye for part 3, where we'll cover single target arena. Again, thank you all very much for tuning in and watching. Please remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you all in part 3 of the series.